I definitely struggle with it, but I feel like I've gotten better at it.
I definitely struggled when I first came into college.
I know like when I first started out, I didn't do a whole lot of planning, so I felt like I was constantly stressed.
I think the biggest thing is discipline. Just don't let yourself go rest when you know you have work to do. Don't let yourself do frivolous activities when you know you have work to do. Just go do it. Just get the work done.
A big part of my time management was actually having tutors, which is a really great resource, but it was also a really good way for me to set aside time to study.
I think a large part of it is just finding a routine.
I kind of get into a routine every day. When I get into that routine, you know, I'll be able to kind of remember stuff like that and figure, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do next, or oh, it's time to do this now.
So some days you have to pick. What do you want? Do you want to do school or you want to be great? Like, which one do you want to do?
Definitely one of the things that I didn't have to do in high school that I have to do here.
I am a planner. I definitely rely on my planner very much.
I usually try and write my planner as much as I can and just get dates of homework and things and dates of assignments in there so I know when things I do and when I need to do them.
My freshman year, I didn't really use a planner, a calendar, nothing like that, and that's one area where I really struggled. And then my sophomore year, I really learned. And now I'm up to my planner being completely filled.
Right now, like I keep a planner. It's definitely helpful when a professor, like they hand out a syllabus on the very first day. So I'll go through and I'll mark down, okay, I'll have a test on this day, and then they'll have really a breakdown for the whole semester.
I actually use a written planner and I also use my phone so that I can have written everything out that I have to do for the day, but then still use 30-minute alerts before I have to be somewhere so that I'm not late for anything.
I tend to schedule everything out on my phone, so my calendar on my phone is my lifeline. I have everything put under either quizzes, homework, golf, me time, so every day I have it scheduled out and I check that and I check things off the list as I go, and that's how I make sure I get everything done on time but still have a little bit of free time to enjoy college.
You know, we're so busy during our days and we have so many things going on and so many things to remember to do, and so being able to keep a planner and have those things with technology is super, super helpful.
Goals are definitely like an important part of athletics and also academics. Being able to set goals for yourself on and off the court I feel is a big thing, and it helps keep me accountable and it does help me get things done.
I set goals in every aspect of my life.
Goals give me, I guess, a plan for how I want to achieve things and when I'm going to achieve them. You have short-term goals, long-term goals, and obviously I set both of those so I can kind of have a plan on how I want to attack my life.
I think having a couple goals in mind, or even just one goal in mind, helps you give you like a game plan and strategy for what you want to try to accomplish out of anything. So if you have kind of like an end goal in sight or in mind, that'll give you a better picture of what you have to do to get to that point.
I definitely feel like there's days where I do not get to everything, and half of that has to do with procrastination, but sometimes there really isn't enough time in the day to get the right amount of sleep and to get everything done.
There's definitely some days where I'll want to do my homework during that day and it just doesn't pan out. And I think you just have to learn to shuffle things and prioritize things. Maybe I wanted to watch Netflix at some point that day and that was in my planner, but that needs to shuffle a little bit. So yeah, it doesn't always go according to plan.
Oh, there are definitely days where I have to push things to maybe next week or a couple days later, and I think that's another big thing, is that you just have to be flexible in the things that aren't necessarily as important, knowing that you might not get those all done.
There is days that I can be done with everything plus do something extra, but there is definitely days that I feel like I could do more and I didn't.
It's not as bad as advertised. You do have time to get stuff done. It's just you have to be smart about your time.
I have to make time for my free time.
I definitely make time for free time. It's not like, oh, I don't have anything to do, let me just chill.
I feel like you do have to organize it.
Organization definitely helps you have extra time and more time to do the things that you want to do. And let's say you forget an assignment, that extra time that you ended up accumulating from being organized can now be used for that assignment that you forgot about, or an assignment that a professor just decided to throw out last minute.
You just do your work efficiently. There's definitely free time, and you can have a lot of free time sometimes. You can go hang out with friends and you can play video games and stuff. It's not like, whole life is just wrapped up with it.
I think that the way our schedule in season and out of season is set up really does allow us to have free time and like not just be going all the time, which I think is really nice.
Depends on the week. I definitely don't get to do as many hobbies as I would like. Those things do have to go on the back burner a bit.
When I do have that free time or when I'm not at practice or at school, then I have to study, and so I don't really count that as free time. I count free time as more like when I don't really have any responsibilities, and then that's when I usually get laundry and, you know, those things around the house done, or cleaning, or I go do something fun with my friends.
Yeah, handling when to start food and laundry and stuff is, at first was kind of hard, but once you get into a schedule and learn what your schedule is, it gets easier.
I don't have like a set day of when I do the dishes, when I do the laundry, all those kinds of things, but in my planner, when it says that I need to do something, I usually try to get that done so I can stay organized.
A lot of it too is just kind of embracing the struggle. I think everyone's going to go through it, but you should just look towards the future and how it's going to pay off in the end.
Just being responsible with your time and aware of what you need to get done, that is the biggest key.